All right, and then next paragraph, starting the next paragraph, she says, I have tried to get over all the cheating. To get over something, of course it has a direct meaning, but in this kind of, it also has another meaning, and that is to get over means to forget or to forgive and forget. So I have tried to get over all the cheating. Cheating, of course, means him seeing other women. So she's tried to forget it. She's tried to get over it. She's tried to forget it and not worry about it anymore. To get over. To get over someone. For example, if you have an ex-girlfriend, you break up, and after 1 month, you're still very sad. Oh, I'm so sad, right? You can't get over her. But after 6 months, you feel okay. You forget her. It's no problem. If you see her, you're not upset. Then you can say, I got over her. Past tense, right? I got over her. Okay. A little bit later in that paragraph, you see the word, I stand up for myself against his family. I stand up for myself. To stand up for yourself means you fight for yourself. Now, it could mean really fighting with your, hitting and kicking, but usually it just means arguing. So if someone does something bad to you, you won't let them do it. You will say, hey, stop doing that. Don't do that. That's called standing up for yourself. I stand up for myself means I fight for myself. I argue for myself. I am strong for myself. I don't let other people attack me or treat me badly. I stand up for myself. I'm not sure she really does, but anyway, I stand up for myself. Okay, and then a little bit later, she says, I guess the bottom line is, knowing how much he still sees his ex-wife and that there's all this bad stuff happening with the child, the bottom line means the final problem or the conclusion, right? If you say, the bottom line is, I'm really angry, that means that's your final point. That's your main point. That's your conclusion. So maybe I talk a lot about many, many things, but finally, my conclusion, my main point, is that I'm angry. The bottom line is that I'm angry. The bottom line is your main point. All right, let's keep going. And he says, I cannot stand her, this other woman. She cannot stand her. If you can't stand someone or can't stand something, it means you hate it. If you say, I can't stand English, it means you hate English. Of course, that's not true, but anyway. If you say, I can't stand Tom Cruise, it means you hate Tom Cruise. So you can't stand something, it means you hate it. And then a little bit later, she uses the phrase that he wants to have his cake and eat it too. To have his cake and eat it too. Or to have your cake and eat it too. This means you want two things, but really you must choose one. Right? So if you have your cake, you keep your cake, then you can't eat it, because if you eat it, then it's gone, right? It disappears. It goes to your stomach. Now you don't have it anymore. So if you have a cake, you can keep it. You can keep it. It looks perfect. Everything's perfect. Or you can eat it, right? You can eat it and then it's gone. But you cannot eat it and keep it at the same time. It's impossible. So this phrase, to have your cake and eat it too, it describes a situation where you want two things, but you really can only have one of them. Another example, you go to a store, you want to buy an iPod, and you have $150. And you say, I want to keep my money, and I also want the iPod. Well, it's impossible, right? You can only have one. You want to have your cake and eat it too. Okay, a little later, we see the word paranoid. Paranoid means you're scared of everybody and everything. And you think everybody wants to hurt you. You think everybody wants to cheat you or hurt you. That's paranoid. Then we see the word animosity a little bit later. Animosity is a feeling that you don't like somebody. It's a feeling that somebody is your enemy. If you say, I have animosity towards him, it means you think he is your enemy. You feel he is your enemy. Animosity, it means a feeling that someone is your enemy. And then finally, the last paragraph, we see the word dire. Dire. Dire means very difficult or dangerous or terrible. Like a dire situation is a very risky, difficult situation. Maybe dangerous. Or maybe just risky. It means it's easy to fail. It's easy that something bad will happen. A dire situation. A dire need means you have a terrible need. You really, really need something, or else you will suffer, or something bad will happen. And finally, the last phrase, to hook up with somebody. She says she always hooks up with bad men. To hook up with means to connect. Now, it can just mean to meet. I'm going to hook up with my friend at the movie. That means you're going to meet your friend at the movie. But it can have a dating meaning. If you hook up with somebody, it means you connect with them and you start dating them, or you just have sex with them. If you say, I hooked up with this girl at the bar, it means you met the girl at the bar and you probably went home and had sex. So to hook up with means to meet somebody, but it can also have this idea of just meeting someone and then having sex with them. All right, to hook up with. Let's move on to the mini story now.